Out of Control Controls. Hi everyone, I am the man, welcoming you back to the Power Video Gaming Time Tunnel. Even in the early days of gaming, makers were coming up with more creative ways to interact with the computer. Simple joystick or trackball isn't enough, and too many buttons can make the game seem harder than it is until you master the controls. But some games are more unique and feature custom controls which make emulating some games more difficult. Today, we are going to have a look at some of the more unusual control styles in arcade and console gaming. This will be fun. Vindicators. This is one of my absolute favorite games. Period. And as a kid, I didn't get to play it that much because it was quite popular and there were many other games I wanted to play. It's funny what you wish for as a kid. I said one day I will be able to play these games all I want. Where do the dreams of kids come from? Vindicators was released in the Midway Classics collection on PS2. I had all but forgotten about it, but there it was, and all the memories came rushing back. Now, sure, that Midway series has a lot of great games, many classics, but it has smaller games too, like APB, which is like a rudimentary GTA. Vindicators looks simple, but it gets addicting quick. Dang you, Midway. Dang you. I played this game for days. It's just in my DNA. But in the arcade, you were dealing with one of the strangest controls ever. You drive it like one of those big lawn mowers where your center is on a swivel and going back and forth with the controls turns you back and forth. To go forward or back, you push both controls the same way. I guess it's more realistic, but having your arms in this position gets annoying. But on PS2, it's different, and I love it. Title Fight. There were lots of boxing games in arcade. Title Fight ditched button and stick and opted for a more realistic movement style. The computer usually won, but playing against other kids, I did all right. Tesserugi. In my previous vid, I mentioned 2 motion capture games. Here is another. This is what an arcade game should be. It shows you a future where buttons are unnecessary. I was lucky to play this at all. Games came and went. This is a fun and different experience. Physical challenges. As graphics and processing got better, games could be more physically interactive. There were many Olympic and other sports-related games. Skiing, surfing, snowboarding, skateboarding, large, dangerous-looking contraptions, always broken, kids playing on them, pretending, I can ski for real. It's way better. Vehicles. This is an arena I will dip in and out of as I progress. I spent a lot of time turning wheels in arcade. It's what I miss the most. Next to the sounds. One of the first was Paperboy. Not a whole bike, but enough to make it more challenging and realistic. It's a pretty unusual control, and I never cared for the soft rubber handles. Afterburner. Everyone wanted to sit in this one. With the volume up and the lights down, this is a riot. It comes with warnings. Harley Davidson. I'm not into bikes, but anytime there is something different to sit on and play, I'll give it a try. This is a fantastic game. With a stick and buttons, it wouldn't be that big a deal. But sitting on basically a full-size bike in front of a big screen, take my money. I played this more than was necessary just for the bike. It's fun. Hydro Thunder. Racing games are always popular, but steering wheels get old. Different is always good in arcade. You can play games in a way consoles can't deliver. Graphics, sure, but not the mechanic. but games like these do translate better to console. Hang on. I had fun here too. Back and forth. Don't fall off. It was funny watching my younger sister try this. She couldn't hang on. Star Wars Pod Racer. I stumbled onto this game by accident, meeting a friend at a mall I'd never been to. They had a huge arcade. Near the front was this. It was $1, and I paid. I love every molecule of this. The console version is fun, but this is ridiculous. The sound effects, the music, it's too much. Way better than the movie. Airline Pilot. Oh, if I ever got my hands on this one. This is a dream game. I'd never leave the house. These games aren't the most entertaining, but they do make you a little smarter and cause you to think more than in other games. It's a more real experience. Steel Talons. This was a cool cabinet just to pretend in, way bigger than it needs to be. There were a lot of cabinets like this. They look cool, but there are positives and negatives. Blazing Angels. I never saw this one, but it looks great. I'd love to sit in that cockpit. Top Gun Maverick. Wow, the movie was actually really good. Game looks great. Ghost Squad. If you like Splinter Cell or Ghost Recon, this is for you. What a clever way to turn an arcade shooter into a military experience. Love it. Let's Go Jungle puts you in a Jeep. This is a series. I never heard of it. That was fun. Now we can look at some more unusual console controllers. People are pretty familiar with these items, but these videos are as much for me as for you. N64. I have a lot more appreciation for the N64 now than I did when it was out. I thought the graphics, for the most part, were impressive, but I only owned a few games. I thought, this was the stupidest controller ever. It's bulky, unbalanced, especially with the data module and cord. The buttons are, to many, too spread out and all over the place, even under the controller, like a gun. But how many gun games are there for the N64? It's a cool idea for a shooter, but not just to have for every game when you have all these top and front buttons, and an analog stick in the worst spot. I can tell you I snapped a couple of these crappy plastic sticks off. Even a hint of moisture and your thumb is off. Sony got it right. I hate this controller. Jaguar. I mentioned the Intellivision and all the buttons, but there are other convoluted controllers out there. The Jaguar tried a similar approach. I just laugh when I look at this thing. I mean, come on. What game? Are you going to play with this? Maybe a complex vehicle sim? It just looks unnecessary. Does it have overlays too? Intel Wireless Horseshoe. Unreal. What can you say about this thing? It's from 1,000 years in the future. Even there, they don't understand it. NES Power Glove. I never had it, but friends did. It never worked right. I ended up with a couple broken ones I played with. They were cool to wear, but notoriously unreliable. Alpha Grip. Now this is a controller. These are for people who need to type fast, like a stenographer. It's a keyboard packed into a controller. There are different versions of these. Train Cab Controller. These are the control setups, which interest me most. Detailed, interactive, realistic. Back in the day, there were many of these. They tended to be more expensive, and most people lucky enough to own a PC didn't have room for large game controllers. Tanks, airplanes, you name it. There are many designs for a slew of vehicles. Ship Driver. I love this design. This is what I'm talking about. Sony Disability Controller. Now, this intimidates me. I'd be curious what someone with a disability thinks about these. The PS1 controller was frightening. Dreamcast. I wasn't going to mention this one. We all know it looks and feels awful. But the system does have a less common peripheral, controller, a fishing pole. Pretty neat, different. Other systems have similar models. These are novelty controllers. Fun, but used less often. Music games. I got into these for a while, mainly in arcade because it was louder. These aren't as fun at home. There were other music-related games, drums, mixing board, cool but wallet draining. They were more fun to watch, highly skilled people play. DDR? Nope. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I had fun. Doing these videos, I get to explore games I never knew existed. So I get to learn as I go. I am the man. Thanks for watching. See you next time on the Power Video Gaming Time Tunnel.